Hello, I'm Jim Roberts, and this is February, and this is another exciting episode of Senior Living in Alexandria. This program is brought to you by Senior Services of Alexandria, and it's designed for seniors, but also for family, friends, caregivers, and service providers. Our goal is that we provide interesting topics that would be useful to seniors. And we've done it again this month. I'm here with Evelyn Keeles, and she's got a very long title. I'll try to get you a feel for what she does. She works for the City of Alexandria in the Department of Community and Human Services. And if you go down a couple layers, she gets to a very important function about jobs, about working, about employment, and the dignity of work. And so she's in the Workforce Development Center, and she's the Business Services Specialist and Special Projects Coordinator. That's a mouthful, but I'm really glad to have you here today, Evelyn. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got this position. How long have you been at your job?
I've been with the city for nearly 26 years,
Uh-huh.
and I've worked in various departments within the Department of Community and Human Services.
Okay.
I've been with the Workforce Development Center now since its inception, 1998, and also have done different things within that department too. Currently, I'm working specifically with businesses who are looking to fill vacancies within their companies.
Basically, what does the Workforce Development Center do? What's its mission? What do you do?
The work that we do, our goal is to connect job seekers with employers and find the best match so that our residents in the City of Alexandria are working, they're able to provide for their families, and the businesses in the City of Alexandria are able to fill their vacancies with homegrown people.
So kind of a matchmaker function.
Yes.
Between jobs and applicants. Is that, of course, this program is focused on seniors. We'll get to that, but what's the range of types of people or ages or backgrounds that you might serve? Anybody?
Anybody, because we are actually a one-stop center. And so we do offer programs under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunities Act. And so we are able to service people, not only residents of the City of Alexandria, but also people from all over the country, sometimes even outside of the country if they're looking to move into the city.
You said a one-stop center. What is that? That means that all the services that you need to match an employer and a job you have available?
Correct.
Is that what
So
that means?
we're a comprehensive one-stop center in the state of Virginia, and we partner with folks. So we have them co-located with us, actually. People from the Virginia Employment Commission, the National Council on Aging, Catholic Charity.
Are those formally linked, or is it an informal relationship, or how does those relationships work?
We've currently, it used to be informal. We've currently moved to a more formal relationship.
So, for example, you might have a person that's interested in a job, and you not only have the resources from the City of Alexandria, but you could have that candidate exposed to other opportunities from counterpart organization. Is that how it works?
Yes, exactly.
And okay, and then there might be a common listing of opportunities that you could draw on. Okay, that's excellent collaboration. So, so tell me, on your side of it, what's your particular job within the department?
So what I do is my focus is, again, to work with businesses who are looking to hire to fill their vacancies. So I also work closely with I serve as liaison to the Alexandria Economic Development Partnership, to the Alexandria Small Business Development Center. And so what we do is we partner with them so that any new businesses coming into the City of Alexandria, they are made aware of our services. We try to make their job easier. So we offer, some of the services we offer for our businesses, anything from pre-screening candidates. So we'll discuss with our employers the type of employees they're looking for, what the job description is, what the skills and experiences that they're looking for. And then so we see ourselves as an extension of that business. So we then hold pre-screening events where we will promote that particular business and whatever vacancies they're looking to fill. And we'll have people come into our office. We, the business services specialists, will pre-screen those folks based on questions that the employer has given us. So what that does for the employer is save some time and money, because instead of having to interview 100 people, let's say, we're able to whittle it down to those who are best qualified and meet the skills and experience that they're looking for specifically. So instead of seeing 100 people, maybe they'll see 20 people, and then they can make the decision from there.
And this is not limited to seniors, but you would do this for teenagers, for middle-aged people, unemployed people, part-time people.
That's right.
Stay-at-home moms that, you know, or just all kinds of different, you're sensitive to all those situations.
Absolutely.
And then try to find opportunities that match. Are you the only one that is a business side of it that's recruiting potential business organizations, or are there others that do the same thing that you do? We
do have a few others in the office who do focus more on the business side. So we are made up of a business services team, business services unit, and some of us focus on the business side. Some of us actually manage caseloads of job seekers who are looking to get back into employment, looking to maybe start their first job, or people who have been out of the employment market for a long time.
How do you provide counseling services in terms of how to write a resume, how to do an interview, how to present yourself, how to maybe if there's touchy questions, a period of unemployment or something that might be delicate, do you provide counseling to candidates for jobs for that?
So we actually offer workshops
okay.
That run anywhere from job readiness skills all the way through re-entering the workforce.
Okay.
So we have classes that will teach soft skills, you know, how to show up to work on time, you know, how to dress appropriately. We also offer resume writing classes, interviewing skills, job search skills,
okay.
and specifically how to re-enter the job market. Okay. You know, a lot of times the workplace culture has changed since the last time someone maybe had a job, and so we try to bring them up to speed on what employers are looking for currently.
Okay, we have to go to a break, but I do want to come back after the break. We've got a cooking portion that we're going to go to. Our friend Madison Reeder is here, and we're going to cook something exciting in February. But when we come back, we want to talk about a little bit about some of the particular characteristics that maybe seniors have and things that you might do to serve the senior population. So we'll be back soon. Well, we'll be back with our interview in just a short amount of time, but once again we have our very, very special treat, a cooking segment of healthy, nutritious food that tastes wonderful. Once again, our fabulous chef is here with us, Madison Reeder. Her day job, as I mentioned before on this show, is that she's a nutritionist with the PACE group working out of Inova Hospital, but today she's going to make for us.
We are making chocolate peanut butter protein bites. It's a tricky one to say.
Chocolate peanut butter protein bites.
Correct.
I did it. Okay,
Yep,
I won't say
excellent.
it 10 times.
No, it's a tongue twister, but they are absolutely delicious.
Okay.
So since we're in February, month of Valentine's Day, month of love, lots of people are giving out cards, flowers, and chocolates.
Chocolate.
So I decided to make us a chocolate treat here that's delicious and nutritious. So you can kind of get your chocolate fix and also get a little nutrition in as well. So
chocolate, peanut butter, best combination you can think of.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
We're going to get right into this. This is packed with some different things that we haven't talked about on here before, but I think you're going to like it. So we're going to start with some peanut butter. We're going to do a half a cup of peanut butter in one bowl. This is a one bowl type of recipe, so that's always a good one. Makes it really easy. The next thing we're going to do is add about a half a cup of semi-sweet or milk chocolate chips, whatever you'd like. So I'm going to let you just eyeball it. However many you think we need.
I'll do it close.
There we go.
Oh, these are these mini chips. Aren't those exotic?
Yes, you get a little bit of chocolate in every bite with those mini chips, which is why I like them so much.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
The next thing we're going to do is 1 cup of old-fashioned oats.
Oh, we've got a cup here.
Yes, and we've used oats a lot in the past on this segment.
Oh, yes.
Because oats are really rich in healthy fiber. They're a healthy carbohydrate source. So what that's going to do is you'll get some protein from your peanut butter. You'll get some carbohydrates from your oats, and that'll help to keep you full. So this snack is not an empty calorie type of snack. It's really going to keep you full even long after you've had it.
All right.
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a 1/2 cup of ground flaxseed meal. So this is one we haven't talked about before either. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
This one's a little bit different. So flaxseed meal comes from a seed, and it's really rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for our brain health, but it's also really rich in fiber. So what that fiber is going to do is, working with the oats, it's going to help to keep us full long after this nice little treat.
Okay.
Next one, we're going to add just a little bit of honey to this to give it a little bit more sweetness, because that peanut butter has some sweetness to it. Our chips do as well. But we want this to taste like a dessert still. So adding some honey is a good way to do that.
All right,
add a little drizzle. Yep.
Whoops.
And this is a nice part of this too, is you can add as much or as little as you'd like, just depending on what your taste is. Perfect.
It's coming very honey-like.
So if you have a really big sweet tooth, you can add more. If you're really watching your calories and your health and you're not as into sweets, you can add a little bit less.
For my taste, I'd take the lid off and just pour
Just
it,
pour the whole
but
thing.
I'll try to stick to your recipe.
Perfect.
How's that?
That looks excellent.
All right.
So we've got a sticky mess so far, but it's going to be delicious.
Yep. Okay.
The next thing that we're going to add, because we really want to take that chocolate flavor home, is we're going to add some cocoa powder.
Okay.
All right. So
says
we're going to use 2 tablespoons of that.
We'll guess.
Yep. So you can.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep, you can use, yep, that's perfect. The
That's
beauty
about
of this
a
recipe is
tablespoon.
that we don't actually have to cook it. So yes, you want to follow the recipe as closely as possible, but the more you make something like this, the more you can learn what you like and how to tailor it to what your chocolate needs are.
We keep talking about healthy fat. I encourage healthy fat.
Absolutely.
Okay, what do you have next?
The last ingredient that we're going to add is a tablespoon of chocolate protein powder.
And you pre-measured that?
That's correct. So
you all see that? Chocolate protein powder.
Absolutely. So it's kind of like what a lot of the bodybuilders will use and have in milkshakes. Absolutely. So we're going to add that in there. And what that's going to do is that's going to have some extra vitamins in it. It's going to have some extra protein. And it's really going to take these bites to the next level as far as keeping us full after we've eaten them. So what that helps with too is curbing those cravings. So then these bites should fill you up enough that you're not craving other chocolate or sweets later.
Okay. I don't think I'll have a meal again once we have one of these.
The next thing that you can do is to start to stir this all together. So it is a pretty messy mixture here. You've
thick
got all
too.
that peanut butter, that honey, and very thick.
Okay.
So just being really patient with it and trying to mix it all together. And then something else that you can do as well is if this mixture is just a little bit too sticky and you're finding that it's not even quite sticky enough to get all that powder in there, you can add a little bit of water. But we should be okay with this.
Okay.
So you just mix that all together really well. All those flavors will combine together. Then the next thing that you're going to want to do with this mixture so that it solidifies a little bit is you're going to want to put it in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes to a half an hour so that it gets a little bit easier to roll into these bite-sized pieces here.
Okay.
So once it's all stirred well, put it in the refrigerator. You can do, even for Valentine's Day, you can do fun things with it too. You can put it into molds. You can just roll it. You can coat it in some powdered sugar or some more cocoa powder. Whatever you'd like to do. If you're gifting it to someone, sometimes it's nice to roll it in this cocoa powder to give it a really nice look for Valentine's Day. And that's all there is to it. This is a really, really simple one.
We forgot one ingredient.
What did we
Valentine's Day. You need love.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
There's
So
definitely a lot of love in here.
Put a little of that in here. There we go.
Absolutely.
And stir it in.
Yep, a little extra mixing.
Okay. Then we
Stirring
put
that
it
love.
in the refrigerator.
Absolutely.
Okay. That looks,
That's all there is to it. So
Yep,
I'll
that's
show
wonderful.
you guys this, and you can see it looks a little bit flaky here, so you could add a little bit of water to this to mix it in a little bit better.
I
But
may have
it's all to-
shortchanged the honey too because it didn't exactly pour fast?
No, I think you did a good job
All
on
right.
the honey.
Well,
That's the amount of honey that a dietitian recommends. So
Okay. Okay.
that was perfect.
Then I did it right.
That was perfect.
All right.
Would you like to give one of these little bites a try and let me know
Well,
what you
yes,
think?
please. I was hoping you'd say that.
Of course, we always have to taste what
Yeah,
we make.
let's see how we did here. You can taste all the flavors, but they're all merged in there.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very full.
You should be.
No,
You
these are
should
very
be.
good.
That's the point. So I think something I really want to mention here is with the holidays and Valentine's Day, we just had Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween last year behind us. You know, it can be really overwhelming for some people who have nutrition goals to stick to those goals, but still have food that they enjoy. And this is just another example of how you can have the foods that you really, truly love that are a little bit healthier for you, just with a little bit of tweaking. So I hope that you really like this one.
You could use that as a snack. You could have it for breakfast, several of them.
You
could
certainly
box
could.
them up in a nice box and give them to your loved one.
Absolutely.
You could give them to friends, take them to the office. Can't go wrong. What's the name of this?
Absolutely. So these are chocolate peanut butter protein bites.
Chocolate peanut butter protein bites.
Absolutely.
It's hard to say, but it's good to taste.
Yes, thank
Well,
you very
thank you very much. Well, happy Valentine's Day, and thank you for this.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me back again. I really appreciate it.
Well, we're back, and I'm here with Evelyn Keelis, and she's with the City of Alexandria, and a major factor in the Workforce Development Center on the recruiting businesses side of the equation. And so we want to learn a little bit more about that, and want to be sure and cover how this is relevant to seniors. So, Evelyn, give me a kind of a case study, if you would, of somebody that comes into your services. So somebody in the office says, I've got a candidate, and you say, I've got a business, and then there's a conference or something, including maybe some external organizations, and you try to make a match. How do you monitor that, or supervise it, or keep track of it, or is it merely the introduction, it's up to them?
No, we see it through to whether it's going to be a placement in a job, or if maybe the person is not ready to be placed, perhaps some kind of training would be more appropriate to get them ready for the next job opportunity. And so we also offer training opportunities as well.
Do you track, what are some metrics? How many jobs at any given time would you be aware of, and how many candidates might you have? Are those roughly equal, or does it change, or what affects that?
It's constantly changing. We currently are working with a little over 350 employers.
Oh, okay.
And so that goes anywhere from your local mom and pop shops to, where they're only hiring maybe 1 or 2 people every so often, to your big box stores, larger department stores, Macy's, Target. We've also worked with MGM at National Harbor recently.
Oh, okay. A lot of jobs.
A lot of jobs. And so it really all depends on which employer has the need at that time. And then in terms of the job seeker, for the 50-plus population specifically, right now we're working with about 100 people And so far we have, that's only over the last 4 months or so. I just pulled these numbers this morning. So about 100 currently, 15 have been placed, and the rest we're working with. So when I say that we're working with them, we're either guiding them towards different workshops to get them ready for the next employment opportunity, or we're actively placing them.
Are they obliged, or out of courtesy, do they let you know if they've gotten a job and your connecting services worked, or do you have to do research or follow up, or I mean, is that information that it should routinely come to you?
We get information a couple of ways. One, it could be self-reported from that job seeker. We also have employer agreements that we have signed by our employers. Okay. And so what we ask is for some of that placement information on the back end. So, you know, we'll do this work for you up front. We'll do the pre-screening. We'll do the hiring event, all at no cost to the employer. We open up our office to hiring events so that they don't have to worry about paying for a venue and things like that. And then we will follow that job seeker through placement.
Turn to seniors. What particular problems are there in identifying opportunities or making placements for seniors? What sorts of issues come up?
I think that sometimes what I've seen, some of our seniors are more worried about their age in the workforce than the actual employers are. And so I think that what we try to do is give our 50-plus population that confidence to be able to feel like they can do any job regardless of what their age is. And so what we try to do, instead of you looking at 50-plus as being some type of barrier to employment, we want to use that as you know, highlights. These folks come with years of work experience, job skills, job readiness skills, just that that feeling of wanting to work and be on time. They know how to be on time. They don't take days off for the most part. And so employers are really looking for that again. I think that for years they have not really seen that in their applicants. The younger generation seem to kind of job hop a little bit. And so I think that they're finding more with seniors some more security in knowing that once they hire someone who's 50-plus, they get all the benefits of those skills and the experience, plus someone who's a solid employee.
Do you ever get testimonials of that of that experience and use it as part of recruiting additional businesses, or, as you say, give confidence to the applicants? Is that, I think that'd be very useful to be able to make those points.
Yeah, so when we engage with new employers coming to the city, or maybe employers that we haven't worked with before, we do kind of throw that in there, because we don't want to make it as though this is, you know, a specialized population that, you know, that needs some kind of special treatment. Everyone should be treated the same.
So for an older population, you have to look at maybe schedule issues, or physical limitations perhaps, or you know, they may have other obligations, or something else. Maybe part-time would work better, but you're able to take those criteria and still continue to try to find a match with a business. Exactly.
And not only that, sometimes our 50 population is interested in just doing volunteer work. And so we do have those opportunities as well. Okay. We do work with the Volunteer Bureau in Alexandria, and we also offer some volunteer opportunities at our location, at our center. So what we really like is to have some seniors come back and maybe host a workshop, or, you know, do like a job club for our youth, or something like that.
What how do applicants, job seekers, how do they know about what you do? I mean, I'm out there, I got the vague sense I'd really like to get a job. I have no idea. I've been out for a few years, or maybe I'm not going to get the full-time job. I'm not going to get the pay I used to have. Maybe I have to have an entirely different job. How do I go about finding you and knowing what you do?
Through opportunities like this.
Okay.
We like to get the word
Thank you.
out, definitely, and we appreciate the time. Also through our web page. We have a web page, and we have a special 50+ corner on our web page that will route that population directly there so that they can find out exactly what's happening, what's new, opportunities that they would be interested in. Also through our partners, again, National Coalition on Aging, through our Department of Aging with the city. So we get referrals from all over the place.
Largely for seniors, but if for everybody, how many matches do you do per year or so? I mean, is this a significant number? Is there unmet demand that there's more participants than you're able to place, or more job openings that you're not able to fill? What's the balance there?
For the most part, we are able to fill those vacancies. Again, through our partnership with the Virginia Employment Commission and other partners like that, we are able to fill those needs. Yeah. Not only that, but because, again, we are a one-stop center, we are not limited to just city residents. So once we put that promotion out about that hiring event, anyone can attend. So we do have, from the DC area, people coming in to participate. And also, we work with employers outside of the city of Alexandria as well. So DC, Maryland.
Okay. We're almost out of time, Evelyn. I regret that, but I have good news. I'm told that you will be a featured speaker on the Senior Services Speaker Series on February 21st at Beatley Central Library. They'll put the information up on the screen on that. So I'm sure there will be many people that will have individual ideas or concerns or opportunities, and would welcome hearing what you have to say about the services you offer. But appreciated your coming in today and sharing that with our audience. And you job seekers out there, Evelyn is the go-to person. Be sure and look her up. Thank you very much, and thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you.